Welcome back. The growing emphasis on safe food across the world has seen an increased scrutiny on the processes of food production, with consumers demanding safe and high-quality products. It is for these reasons that dairy farmers from Kitiri in Nyandarua County decided to take their time since last year to learn how a new milk traceability system will help improve the quality of their milk and increase confidence in their milk in their market. On this week's episode of The Next Frontier, Philip Keitany visited these farmers as they are handed over the milk traceability system by the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO.
Milk is rich in a variety of essential nutrients, and the worldwide market for dairy and milk-based products continue to grow. Along with the growth comes increased food safety issues, with consumer perception becoming increasingly important. It is for these reasons that these dairy farmers from Kitiri in Nyandarua County have been keen on learning ways that will help them improve the quality of their milk.
We are happy today that our supplier, Kitiri Dairy Farmers Cooperative Society, has gotten this system, and we are going to work with them closely to ensure that the milk that comes to our cooling plant and to our factory meets the quality requirements that we have set as an organization.
More than 150 farmers have been receiving training from the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO, under the initiative Standards and Market Access Program on how they can produce quality milk that can reach the export market.
Kitiri Dairy was one of the more organized groups that we worked with. We initially did a baseline, identified what the challenges were, which mostly similar challenges to the rest of the country.
Nyandarua County is one of the largest producers of milk in the country, but for a long time, these farmers have been selling their produce locally, yet there is a huge potential in the international market if they can improve on their quality.
Some of the key challenges that were established were aflatoxins, adulteration of milk, antibiotics. Then we conducted a training on the standards of how to handle raw milk and code of hygiene.
Key issues the farmers were trained on include how to produce quality milk, conduct simple milk tests at the farm level, milk contamination, and adhere to ethics. The training was the first by SMAP officials directly to farmers in the sector.
We want the farmers to be paid according to the quality of the milk they produce. So that's why you're trying to track usually record it's like marks for the milk that the farmers deliver. So if the milk meets a certain number of criteria, they get paid a certain amount.
Before the training, a baseline survey on the quality of milk produced by members of the cooperative was done by the Kenya Dairy Board, and out of the 26 samples collected, it was found that the milk was high in bacterial count and its density was light.
Right now they have that room. There is no gap because the farmers, so the transporter is doing the right thing. It is using the lactometer, so there is no case which will come after the milk goes to the processor.
Now these farmers have learned that in order to grow their market position, traceability is an essential next step in distinguishing Kitiri milk products in the domestic market, as well as meeting consumer demands. Aside from producing high-quality dairy products, the capability to produce dairy products and ingredients that are fully and quickly traceable from farm to consumer will differentiate their dairy products from any other products and benefit the industry as a whole.
Enyewe naona ni mzuri kwa sababu nikivima maziwa asubuhi, kifika kama saa 5 hivi ama saa 6, naona nimeletewa message ya kuniambia hiyo maziwa imepokelewa.
The entire program was funded by the European Union and is implemented by UNIDO jointly with the Department of Veterinary Services, Kenya Plant Health Inspectorate Service, and the Aquaculture Association of Kenya. among other partners. The new traceability system comes with a mobile application that enables farmers to follow their products from the time they leave their farms until they are delivered at the processing facility.
Imenisaidia sana kwa sababu wakati nilikuwa na pima maziwa zamani, kuna kilo zilikuwa zinapotea katikati ya transporter kufika kwa cooperative. Sasa hii huwa natumia message kila siku na confirm, nikienda kuchukua details zangu zote nakuta zenye ziko kwa phone ndizo ziko kwa kadi. Sasa hakuna kitu yenye inapotea hapo katikati.
Now the Kitiri Dairy Cooperative Society is the first cooperative in the country to successfully train their farmers on how to use the e-traceability tools and how it works. These farmers were handed over the system to run and manage on their own. With the e-traceability system now, farmers from Kitiri Cooperative Society here in Nyandarua County will now be able to follow their milk from the time it leaves their farm to the time it arrives at the processor, just by a click of a button. Philip Keitang for the Next Frontier.
Still in agriculture, the government will initiate irrigation programs to boost food security, alleviate poverty, conserve environment, and increase access to clean water, spearheaded by the regional development authorities, pledging to prioritize and increase funding to these parastatals. Elvis Kosgei with that report.
While addressing the press after visiting Takwel and Oiwei, Principal Secretary State Department Planning and Statistics Irungu Nyakera observed that regional development authorities have performed exemplary in engaging communities and improving their livelihoods. According to Nyakera, Kerio Valley Development Authority has done well in establishing projects like Napua and Oiwei irrigation schemes in Turkana and West Pokot counties.
Because these are projects that are purely geared towards relieving the issues of food security, guaranteeing water for the populace, and so these are projects and programs that are very critical to the government and as part of the manifesto fulfillment.
Lower Takwel project, as you know, is a project that should have been done about 27 years ago, and the Jubilee government now is looking at implementing it, that 5,000 hectares that would be very appropriate for a cash crop, at the same time also crops for food security. And the plan is to have 30,000 nuclears, which will be used for sugarcane farming, and 5,000 hectares that will be given to community to plan their food crops.
The government plans to prioritize authorities to roll out similar flagship projects, including construction of multi-purpose dams to increase access to water and ensure the 350,000 hectares under its area are gradually put under irrigation.
We've so far visited two projects. The first one was the Takwel Gorge project, Takwel Dam, where we are looking at an irrigation program that could cover about 35,000 hectares. And then today we are now presently at the Weiwei irrigation project, which, as you know, that phase was launched by the president last year.
We've been getting about 1,000 tons, and with the phase 3 being ready, this should have the annual production to about 2,000 tons. And that would probably give the farmers here slightly over 160 to 200 million Kenyan shillings annually.
One of the other benefits of this project is, apart from food security, we are also working hard to make sure that it affects security situations, becomes an incentive for communities to live in peace, so that this cattle rustling and conflict that is prevalent in this region becomes a thing of the past. So we are trying to have a model where we can demonstrate to the rest of the country that when people have food, and you engage them in these development projects, they can actually forge positive relationships which will be useful in national cohesion and reconciliation.
Irungu Kimosop and KVDA Chairman Sam Kona later on surveyed Aror in Elgeyo Marakwet, Takwel and Weiwei in West Pokot, where multipurpose dams are set to be constructed from July. Elvis Kusgei, KT News, West Pokot County.